Once upon a time, in a cozy corner of a big garden, there lived a little spider named Sammy. Sammy wasn't just any spider, he had a very special job: to build the strongest, stickiest, most spectacular web in the whole garden. One bright morning, Sammy set off to start his web. He was full of excitement, imagining all the tasty flies his web would catch and how his web would sparkle like tiny jewels in the morning dew. Sammy's love for web building was what we call intrinsic motivation. He loved it simply for the joy it brought him. But he also thought about the proud smiles on his friends' faces when they'd see his beautiful web. This was extrinsic motivation, or getting encouragement from others. Together, these feelings filled him with energy, and he eagerly began spinning his silky thread from one leaf to another. But as Sammy started weaving, he quickly realized that building a web wasn't as easy as it seemed. The wind tugged at his silk, a raindrop splashed down, and each time he made progress, something seemed to get in his way. Poor Sammy. His excitement began to fade, and he felt like giving up. Just then, Sammy remembered the wise words of an older spider. To build a beautiful web, you need two things, little Sammy: motivation to get started and discipline to keep going. Sammy realized that motivation was what got him started, but discipline, the steady determination to keep going, was what would help him finish. So, Sammy decided to set himself a clear goal. He'd finish his web by sunset, no matter what. This goal gave him purpose, something to keep going for when things got tough. According to goal-setting theory, having a specific and achievable goal, like finishing by sunset, makes success more likely. Sammy pictured his completed web sparkling under the stars, and this vision became his expectancy or belief that his effort would be worth it. Next, Sammy knew he needed a good plan to stay disciplined. He decided on a simple routine. Start with the main threads, spinning a sticky line from one leaf to another, then carefully add the spiral threads one by one. Every time he added a thread, he'd pause and think, "That's one step closer." After each section, Sammy took a moment of self-reflection, asking himself, "What's working well? What can I improve?" This made his web stronger with each section and helped him feel more confident, knowing he was learning from every step. Sometimes, Sammy's friends, like Benny the beetle and Lucy the ladybird, would pass by and say, "How's the web coming along, Sammy?" Feeling a bit tired but proud, Sammy would reply, "It's a lot of work, but I'm sticking to my plan." His friends became his accountability buddies, cheering him on and even giving helpful advice. Benny noticed Sammy's threads were a little loose near the edges and suggested, "Try adding an extra loop there, Sammy." Taking Benny's advice, Sammy saw his web grow stronger. This feedback kept him on track and made him feel responsible to his friends, giving him extra motivation to keep going. As the day wore on, Sammy's motivation rose and fell like little waves. Sometimes he felt energetic, spinning his silk quickly, but other times he grew tired and wondered if he'd ever finish. During these moments, Sammy used a technique called visualization. He closed his many eyes and imagined the completed web shimmering in the evening light. He pictured the pride he'd feel and the applause from his friends. This mental picture gave him a secret boost, helping him push through the toughest parts. Through his ups and downs, Sammy also learned to face his doubts. Sometimes he worried, wondering, "Did I pick the right leaves? Is my thread strong enough?" But each time, Sammy's discipline helped him stay focused. He reminded himself to take it one thread at a time. This inner discipline became his guiding voice, encouraging him to keep moving forward, thread by thread, even when the going got tough. At one point, a big gust of wind blew away a whole section of his web. Sammy felt disheartened, but he remembered his goal and the support of his friends. Instead of giving up, he took a deep breath and thought about his strategy. Sammy decided to adapt his technique, adding stronger threads to the edges to make the web more resilient. This setback taught Sammy about resilience, the ability to bounce back after challenges, and he realized resilience was just as important as discipline. Finally, just as the sun began to set, Sammy's web was complete. The golden glow of the garden made his web sparkle like a masterpiece. All his friends gathered around, clapping their tiny legs together and cheering, "Hooray for Sammy! Look at that marvelous web!" The praise from his friends filled Sammy with pride, showing him the value of his hard work and the power of setting goals. Through his adventure, Sammy learned something special. Motivation had helped him get started, but it was his discipline that kept him going, even when it was hard. And resilience, the ability to keep trying even when things went wrong, helped him finish stronger than before. Every time he looked at his web, he remembered that reaching a goal wasn't just about feeling excited. It was about showing up every day, facing each challenge, and weaving his dreams into reality, one tiny thread at a time. Reflecting on what he'd learned, Sammy realized he could use these qualities in other parts of his life, just like his friends could in theirs. Whether working on a school project, learning a new hobby, or helping others, Sammy knew that with a little motivation, a lot of discipline, and resilience, anyone could achieve something amazing. From that day on, whenever the garden needed a beautiful web, everyone knew who to ask. Sammy, the most disciplined little spider in the whole garden. And Sammy felt proud, knowing that he had the power to build anything he dreamed, one thread at a time.